Yes. Okay. So the first war of Indian independence, very important one and very interesting one. So here for the first time, Indians revolted against the British in a large scale up to 1857. So the revolts led by Indian rulers against the British were not so large and it did not spread to the regions as much as this first war of Indian independence was spread. Okay, so it is called Sipai Mutiny because this one was led by the soldiers first. This revolt was led by the soldiers first, and that is why it is known as Sipai Mutiny, Sipai Dange. Okay, so Indians called it the first war of Indian independence. Whereas in your European books, European history books, you can find this event as Sipai Mutiny. Okay, so we were very much proud about this revolt led by the Indians at that time. That is why we called it the first war of Indian independence. So you have seen, you have studied so many lessons in history so far. So how British occupied whole India step by step, you have seen how British exploited the Indians very badly. That you have studied, no? If it may be in case of land tax policy or with the help of doctrine of lapse policy, subsidiary alliance policy, everywhere the British, they exploited the Indians, right? So that's why what happened, they introduced new laws and regulations, they introduced new rules and regulations. So thus what happened, the new rules and regulations introduced by the British, they were also not favorable to Indians. So that is why, so from the king to the soldier, okay, from the rich person, from the zamindar to the what? Poor farmer, poor laborer, everybody, they were what? Unhappy about British rule in India. Okay. So that is why what happened? See, everybody wanted to fight against the British. Only they wanted what? A spark there. ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಕಡ್ಡಿಯನ್ನ ಗೀರಿ ಹಾಕುವಂತದ್ದು ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಅವಕಾಶಕ್ಕಾಗಿ. So it happened with what children? The introduction of the gun called Royal Enfield and the bullets which were to be used in that for that gun. So now let us see what were the causes for first war of Indian independence. I have here listed some 5 important causes. First one is political cause, second one is economic cause. Political cause, it is relating to kings. Okay, why the kings and rulers of India, kings, rulers, princes, okay, why were they unhappy? Relating to the kings. Why kings and rulers were unhappy? Because it is the kings and rulers who manage the politics of the nation, right? The kings, the rulers, the leaders, they manage the politics of the country. Why those were unhappy? Okay, that is called political cause. Second one is economic cause. So the methods introduced by, the policies introduced by the British in the field of industries, in the field of agriculture, all those were unfavorable to Indians. So it led to what? Economic crisis in India. So that is the second cause. See, the common people of India, they were also unhappy against the British. So it is called what, children? Economic cause. Then comes the third one, administrative cause. So what the changes brought by the British in the administration, again it was also against the interest of Indians, and that is why what were the administrative causes that we have to study. Third cause for the first war of Indian independence. Next comes your military cause. Okay, military cause means the why were the soldiers unhappy against the British? Okay, so that became the military cause for first war of Indian independence. And last one is that spark. Okay, that spark which was needed to start the revolt. So that was the immediate cause, that is your introduction of the new gun called Royal Enfield. So these were the 5 important causes. So now let us check one by one. The first one is your political cause. See here, children, the British introduced doctrine of lapse policy. They introduced subsidiary alliance and they practiced cunning tactic, your divide and rule policy. So because of all these things, okay, many rulers, they lost their rule, they lost their kingdom. In this chapter, they have concentrated on this doctrine of lapse policy. So, can you name the states which lost their kingdom because of doctrine of lapse policy? Who can tell me the answer for this? Akshay?
Kittur,
Uh-huh.
Koitur and Jhansi.
Jhansi, okay. Kittur and Jhansi. Kittur means Kittur Rani Channamma. Jhansi, Jhansi Rani Lakshmi Bai. Everybody knows this one, no? Pannaga? Yes, Pannaga? You also can.
Satara, Nagpur, Sambalpur, Udaipur, Jhansi, Jaipur and Kittur.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Another. Satara, Nagpur, then your Udaipur, Sambalpur, then Jhansi. I have told now while teaching the lesson, extension of British rule in India, 4 Puras, right? Udaipur, Jaipur, Sambalpur, and one more is Nagpur, Satara and Jhansi. So these states, they lost their power because of, they lost their kingdom. The rulers lost their kingdom because of doctrine of lapse policy. With these people, Mughal rulers, they also lost their power. Then the Nawab of Tanjavur, Nawab of Karnataka, Nawab of Oudh, okay, all these people, they lost their power because of this policy, doctrine of lapse policy. Then what happened? See here, children. So when the rulers lost their power, the soldiers who were working with them, they became unemployed. Okay, soldiers became unemployed. So this was also one of the political cause. Okay, so soldiers became unemployed. Many soldiers were working under these people. Now the people who lost the kings who lost their power because of doctrine of lapse and subsidiary alliance. So soldiers associated with those kings, they became unemployed. So this is how the kings of India, the rulers of India, were very much unhappy against the British. So this is the first cause. It is called political cause. Akshay, understood? Yes. Now let us go for the second one, that is your economic cause. So this economic cause is economic crisis. Okay, economic crisis. So which India faced because of the policies brought up, policies introduced by the British in our kingdom. Sorry, in our nation. Okay. So first one is industrialization in England. So you have studied that in the year 1857, 1858. At that time, industrialization, industrial revolution took place in England, right? So industrial revolution anta ನೀವು last year separate ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಒಂದು ಪಾಠದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ವಾ, ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ ರೆವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ industrial revolution took place in England. So far, India was very popular for these goods. So in India, we had handloom industries, we had cottage industries, we had got what, children? Your small scale industries. There were many artisans who could prepare very beautiful things, okay, which the Europeans could not prepare. So now what happened? With the industrial revolution in India, the what, craftsmen of India, they suffered. So when industrial revolution took place in England, what happened? Indian industries vanished, especially the weavers of India and the textile industries of India, they vanished. That is the main problem. And the people who were dependent on these cottage and small scale industries, no children, they all became unemployed. That was the main problem caused by industrial revolution in England. Okay, that was the main problem caused by it. in India, Indian industrialists, Indian handloom industrialists, they became unemployed. That was the main problem. So economic crisis took place in India because of industrial revolution that took place in England. Who became the first victims? It is the Indian weavers and the people who were ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಅಪಾನ್ ಕಾಟನ್ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರೀಸ್. ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಸೀರೆಯನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಬಟ್ಟೆಯನ್ನು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಲೂಮ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಜನರಿಗೆ 2-3 ದಿನ ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ದ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಹೈ. ಹೌದಾ? ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಸೀರೆ ಮೇಲೋ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಮೇಲೋ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಧೋತಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಅವರು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ 2-3 ದಿನ ತಗೊಳ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಆದ್ರೆ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ ರೆವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಏನಾಯ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾಟನ್ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಎಸ್ಟಾಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅಂತದ್ ಒಂದು ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಒಂದು 5 ನಿಮಿಷದಲ್ಲೋ 10 ನಿಮಿಷದಲ್ಲೋ ತಯಾರಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರೋದು. ಓಕೆ, 100 ಗಟ್ಟಲೆ ಬಟ್ಟೆಗಳನ್ನ 1 ಅವರ್ ಅಲ್ಲೋ 2 ಅವರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೋ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ದ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದೋಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾದಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕೇಮ್ ವೆರಿ ಚೀಪ್. But comparatively, the goods produced by Indians, it was costly. No? That is why everybody opted to purchase what? The products produced by England, the European industries, because they were cheap. Aita? Adru kuda, even in that case also, there was what? Market for Indian goods in Europe. Okay? Europe alli market itti. Yakendre ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ ತಯಾರಾಗೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತನೂ ಬೆಟರ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಏನಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಮೇ ಬಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಯುವರ್ ಎಂಬ್ರಾಯ್ಡ್ರಿ, ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ for that type of clothing and that for that type of products there was again huge market in Europe. But what Europeans do, what the British did, they levied heavy tax on Indian goods. Okay, they levied heavy tax on Indian goods. That is why already Indian goods, the cost of Indian goods, it has what? Increased, right? ಅದು ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗೋಗಿತ್ತು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ ತಯಾರಾಗಿರೋ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಗಿಂತ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ತಯಾರಾಗುವಂತಹ ಗೂಡ್ಸಿನ ಬೆಲೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ನೌ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್, when the British government levied heavy tax on the Indian goods, again what happened, whatever demand was there for Indian goods in European market, that was lost. Okay, so these are the means. This one and this one are two important economic crises. Then next one, causes for economic crisis. Now next important cause for economic crisis was land tax policy. You have studied in detail about permanent zamindari system, Rayatwari system, and one more is Akshay. Anybody remembers? Who is that? What is that system? Tell me. Rayatwari, permanent zamindari system, I have told. Okay, Soumya Hegde.
Mahalwari system.
Exactly, Mahalwari system. Okay, Mahalwari, Rayatwari, permanent zamindar. How permanent zamindari system, how badly Indian farmers were exploited. You have seen, so they became landless. They had to mortgage their land. Okay, and money lenders became strong, zamindars became strong, and the British East India Company became financially strong. But what happened to Indian farmers? They had to suffer a lot. Their condition was very much bad. It was pathetic. So land tax policy also led to economic crisis in India. Then next comes, children, your withdrawal of rights of talukdars to collect the land tax. Okay, so there were talukdars, there were officers called talukdars. They were working during Mughal period also, because this prior to British period, who ruled India? It was Mughals. No, Mughal Empire was one of the largest empires of India, and it was Mughals who ruled India prior to the British. So during Mughals time, there was an officer called Talukdar. He used to collect what? Land tax. But when British came to power, they introduced permanent zamindari system. So zamindars, they were declared as the owners, and the right to collect tax was given to them. So these officers, they lost the chance to collect the tax. ಇವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದನೇದಂದ್ರೆ ಇವ್ರ ಜಾಬ್ ಹೋಯ್ತು, ತಾಲೂಕ್ದಾರಾಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಜಾಬ್ ಹೋಯ್ತು. ಎರಡನೇದಂದ್ರೆ ಇವರಿಗೆ ಏನ್ ರೆಪ್ಯುಟೇಷನ್ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇವ್ರು ಹೋಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಜನರು ಇವರನ್ನ ಗೌರವಿಸ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಇವ್ರ ಕಂಡ್ರೆ ಹೆದರ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಆ ರೆಪ್ಯುಟೇಷನ್ ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಇವರಿಗೆ ಹೋಯ್ತು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ talukdars were unhappy against the British. Okay, children. Then next one is your Inam Commission. So who knows the meaning of Inam? Akshay, do you know what is the meaning of Inam? It is a Hindi word, no? What is Inam?
It's a gift.
Yeah. Who else knows the answer? Anjali, what is the meaning of Inam?
Gift.
Exactly. Inam means what? Gift. Okay. Inam means gift. So British introduced a commission called Inam Commission. Okay. They introduced a commission called, Akshay, what is that commission?
Inam.
Inam Commission. So what was the work assigned to this Inam Commission? So Inam Commission ಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಈಗ ಹಳೆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಸೀರಿಯಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀರಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ರಾಜನಿಗೆ ಯಾರೋ ಮಾಡಿದ ಕೆಲಸ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತಾನು ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿರುವಂತಹ ಸರವನ್ನು, ಉಂಗ್ರವನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ತನ್ನ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಆಭರಣವನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಇನಾಮಾಗಿ. ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ಇನ್ನು ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ರಾಜರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ದೇ ಗೇವ್ ಓಕೆ ಅ ಪೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಇನಾಮ್ ಟು ದ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹೂ ಲೈಕ್. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? ಅವರಿಗೆ ಯಾರು ಇಷ್ಟ ಆದ್ರೋ ಆ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಪೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಗಿಫ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ವು. ಓಕೆ, ನಾವು these people who got piece of land or land as inam, no, they were happy. ಹೌದಾ? ಅವರಿಗೆ ಇನಾಮ್ ಆಗಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕದಂತಹ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇಂದ they were happy. They were gaining what? Income from that. They were quite rich. They were enjoying their position. So now what happened? British introduced this Inam Commission, and this Inam Commission withdrawn that Inam lands. Okay, ಈಗ ನಾನು ಅಕ್ಷಯ್ನಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಔರಂಗಜೇಬನ್ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಕ್ಷಯನ ಅಜ್ಜ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ, ಅಕ್ಷಯನ ಮುತ್ತಜ್ಜ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ, ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಔರಂಗಜೇಬ ಅಕ್ಷಯನ ಮುತ್ತಜ್ಜಗೆ ಒಂದು 30 ಎಕರೆನೋ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು 100 ಎಕರೆನೋ ಜಾಗವನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಅಕ್ಷಯನ ಮುತ್ತಜ್ಜ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಜಮೀನ್ದಾರ ಅದನ್ನ, ಅವನ ಅಜ್ಜನೂ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಜಮೀನ್ದಾರ, ಅಕ್ಷಯನ ಅಪ್ಪನೂ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಜಮೀನ್ದಾರ. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಅಕ್ಷಯ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಓನರ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಮ್ 100 acres ಆಫ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್. Now British came to power, and British appointed Inam Commission and told that Akshay, it is not your own land. This land was received by your great grandfather as Inam. Okay, this is not your own property. So this property your family got by what? Got by whom? The rulers in Inam. So that is why now I will withdraw that Inam land. So now I will declare you are not the owner of that land ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತು. ಅಕ್ಷಯನ ಹತ್ರ ಇರುವಂತಹ 100 ಎಕರೆ ಜಮೀನನ್ನ ವಾಪಸ್ ಇಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್. How do Akshay feel now? Akshay feels very sad, right? So his father's time, grandfather's time, they were all very, very rich. Now also Akshay is very rich. But within 1 second, with the appointment of this Inam Commission, Akshay lost all his land. Okay, all the sources of income. So they went into the hands of British government. Whatever reputation was Akshay enjoying, in the society, he lost that also. So this is how, with the introduction of Inam Commission, many farmers, they became landless and they became unhappy. So understood, children, what is Inam Commission? So Inam Commission was not the commission which was appointed to give inams. Inam kodlikke anta appoint ಮಾಡಿದ commission ಅಲ್ಲ. Why was it appointed? It was appointed to take back the Inam lands. So that was very unfortunate for Indians, and that is why what happened? The people who became landless because of Inam Commission, appointment of Inam Commission, they became poor. So again, it led to what, children? Economic crisis in India. So in this way, the common people, the zamindars, okay, they became unhappy about the British. Understood, children? So far we have discussed two causes. One is political cause and second one is economic cause. Akshay, understood? So first one is industrialization or industrial revolution that took place in England. What were its effect in our nation? What were its effects on the lifestyle of our industrialists, cottage, small scale and handloom industrialists? How the artisans of India suffered because of industrial revolution that took place in England. So that is one thing. Then second one is heavy tax. Okay, heavy tax on Indian goods in the European market. That increased the price of Indian goods in European market, and Indian goods, it lost its demand in the European market. That is second thing, economic cause. Then third one is the right of the talukdar to collect tax. It was withdrawn. They became unhappy. Then fourth one is appointment of Inam Commission also led to the pathetic condition of Indian farmers. Okay, so these were what, children? Economic causes. Now next one is your administrative cause. So in the administration you have seen, civil field, what changes were brought by the British in the life of civilians, how new rules and regulations troubled Indians. So first of all, new rules and regulations were introduced, but unfortunately, partiality was there towards Indians. Okay, see, few laws were applicable only to Indians. ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು laws Indians ಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ apply ಆಗುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ತಪ್ಪನ್ನ, ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದಿವ್ಯಾ ಮಾತಾಜಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಯಾರದ್ದೋ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ಹಾಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಪಕ್ಕಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ಯುರೋಪಿಯನ್ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಇದ್ದ, ಅವನು ಕೂಡ ಅದೇ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ. But the punishment, okay, it was different for him and it was different for me. Okay, so punishment allu kuda there was partiality. Okay, so the British government, it was not impartial. Few laws were applicable only on Indians. Okay, so that is why Indian common people were unhappy. And now, what was the language of the court? It was English. Okay, so far after the invasion of Muslims over India, when Muslims started to rule India, Indians learned Persian language, Arab language. We learned Arabian language, Persian language. During the rule of Mughals, Persian language was the language of the court. Now what happened with the introduction of British rule in India? They introduced English as the language of the court. Okay, so now Indians, they didn't know, common people of India, they didn't know English. Yanta untu enu untu gottilla. So that is why again Indians became unhappy. Then see, judges favored Europeans. Always judges, they favored Europeans. Nami yene tondre kottru kuda European officers. So always the judgment was in favor of whom? The Europeans. So for all these reasons, for all these things, for all these changes, okay, which were brought in the field of administration, Indian common people were unhappy. Okay, understood? Any doubts here? Any doubts? Political cause. What is political cause for first war of Indian independence? What is political cause? Raise your hands and tell me. Yes, Nikhil Naik. Nikhil Naik. Nikhil, can you speak? You have raised your hand.
Mataji, by mistake I raised.
You don't know political cause? Just now you have learned and it is again there on the board, no? Nikhil? Check the board and tell me the answer. What is the main political cause for first war of Indian independence? See, I have put right mark for this. Nikhil,
Doctrine of Lips.
huh?
Doctrine of Lips.
No, it's not like that. Neha V. Hegde. Neha? Neha V. Hegde, are you there?
Yes, Mataji.
Tell me, what is that?
Mataji, kings lose their kingdoms.
Uh, because of which policy?
Doctrine of lapse policy.
Exactly, doctrine of lapse policy. You remember what is doctrine of lapse policy, Neha? Do you remember what is doctrine of lapse policy?
In order to extend their rule over India.
Yeah. Kripa, what is doctrine of lapse policy? Kripa?
Adopted children don't have right on the throne.
Yeah, exactly. Adopted children did not have right over the throne. That is called doctrine of lapse policy. Very nice. Okay. So children, the meeting is going to end outside. Within 2 to 3 minutes, the meeting is going to end very fast. Okay. So that we can complete the class within 1. Okay. Very fast. Everybody should join the class. Thank you.